back to the Glass Man's world. So I wanted to share with you guys these Super Mario mushrooms that I made. When did I make them? Yesterday or the day before? I think I wanted to do this reveal yesterday, and actually, I think I just got a little busy, and so it took some time. So here we are. We're gonna do the reveal now, and I wanted to show you how they came out. These are pretty awesome. I'm really happy with them. They're a lot larger than I was expecting. That's for sure. Going to be. I was trying to make them a little bit smaller than this, but I'm extremely happy with how they came out. I can't complain at all about how these came out. These look awesome. All right. So what's shaking over here? All right. Sorry. I'm hearing some kind of a noise or something. It's like, what is hitting? Something's rattling. I don't know if it's that glass, that glass. Like the fan itself. All right, well, whatever. You guys might be hearing some kind of a little bit of a knocking or a noise here. All right, so the first one, it was a lot of fun to make. When I got through the stem of it, and I realized I probably should have pulled the white down instead of just pushing. Like, I just basically went in with a full stick and didn't even taper it down or nothing like that. So I was like, well, definitely the next one we're gonna have to taper down, right? Got the same color? Yeah, okay. I thought I was using my glow in the dark for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, is that the glow? I don't think it is. I'm looking for my flashlight. I got a blacklight flashlight here somewhere. Where did I put it? Alright, well, whatever. I don't think that's the glow. This is definitely glow right here. Yeah, there's a difference. Okay. So, I thought that I probably should have pulled the white part down for the stem. So I basically just went in and pushed a whole entire rod of white directly into the clear to make the stem of the mushroom. And then before I did that, I had to actually draw on eyes, and I put the little white dots inside the black to create like like a twinkle in the eye, like a little bit of reflection of light. And so there's that little bit of a detail in there. But then I realized, man, this is going to be huge, and it's going to be really hard to encase this thing now that it's gotten so big. But I was able to pull it off. I did add a little bit of black underneath, in between the stem, the mushroom stem, and the mushroom cap. So there is a little bit of that detail there as well. And the second one came out a lot better with that separation. But this one, I think it came out really awesome. This is the first attempt. The cap came out really nice, really good shape on it, really rounded. one of the dots lost its shaping a little bit because I wasn't able to encase it all the way. So, but and then it has a really nice a loop to it, and it's got a good size to it. So these are the normal size mushrooms that I try to make, right? And this one is a horrible example of a mushroom. That's why it's on the table here. It's one of those ones that didn't make it, but it's just here, just to kind of show. This is one of the mushrooms that I had made, and it has the dots on it and everything, but it's not the Mario mushroom. And this one, compared to the yellow one, you can see the size comparison, right? So I don't know, almost twice as tall, almost. And so the mushroom that I made last night, this is the first one, and here you go. Here comes the reveal right here. And we got a face on it and everything, guys. Here's the back of it. The dots came out really nice on the back side, really nice and round on the top. The front one is the one that kind of got a little bit trapped, and I wasn't able to pull it all the way around. And you can see that little bit of black underneath there to create that separation. And then here are the eyes. Check it out. Look at how cute that is, guys. Isn't that guy cute? Look at that. He is so awesome. So, and you can see the whites in the eyes there to give it that like twinkle in his eyes. But yeah, this is the first attempt, guys. And it's a lot bigger than that one. That's a lot bigger than the other one, right? So these are the different comparisons. And it's almost about that same length, but it's a lot thicker. Yeah, those are actually about the same length. About as tall as each other, but this one's definitely a lot wider. You can see that mushroom stem is huge. So that's the first one that I've ever attempted to make. I've never even tried to make a Super Mario mushroom ever, like just as a sculpture or anything like that. So, and then right here you can see how it got pulled down because it didn't get fully encased, or something happened. I don't know. I accidentally pulled the color when it was molten or something, and I lost the roundness there. So I'd say it's a decent attempt on the first attempt there. Really, I think it came out really nice. The reds came out really beautiful. The whites came out beautiful. The one thing, however, is I'm wondering if I should do, instead of using the white, if I should actually use a caramel or a butterscotch. So then it has this color instead of that color. Because I think Super Mario mushroom would be that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe it's white, but I was following the tutorial that I watched, and then I was looking at my son's book on all his Super Mario stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. They actually have like skin tone. So we may have to attempt to do a different one tonight, and just maybe do a real quick demo on how to do these. And maybe use some of the caramel here, or caramel, however you like to pronounce it. And now the reveal of the second one. This one I pulled the white. I made it a lot smaller. The cap is a lot smaller than the first one as well. Like I said, the separation between the mushroom stem and the mushroom cap has a lot more of the black showing. So I really do like how this one comes out in that way. However, the entire mushroom cap itself got elongated a little bit. And I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe just from heating it and pulling, and I didn't realize that I was stretching it. Not really sure. I did try to get the whites on the eyes on this one, and I think I got them off a little bit too high, and so they're kind of like not really seen, or you might be able to see like the indention of the white kind of coming off the tops of the black part of the eye on this one here. So this is the second attempt, a smaller stem, smaller cap, but a little bit elongated, so it didn't really come out as rounded as the first one. The eyes on the first one I think came out a lot better than this one. But here you go. This is the second one here. This is the back side of it. And you can see the dots came out really nice, but the cap is completely elongated. It got stretched out, but it still looks awesome. I still love it. It's really great. And then let's bring it around, bring it around. And there you can see the eyes right there. And you can see just like on that top corner how it's got like that, I don't know, it kind of makes his eye look a little sad. I put the white up a little too high so it mixes in with the other white and it's not on top of that black. So I didn't have the placement on there as well as this one here. And then this one here, I had the eyes a lot more elongated, whereas this one was, I drew them more rounded because of when I push them in, I didn't want to over elongate, which is what I think happened on this one here. So I was trying to keep it more rounded and thinking it would elongate. But these are my first two attempts ever. Let's try to do a third one right here, right? Three's a charm. Third time's a charm, I guess. So let's get started here. And let's also see how long one of these takes for me to make from start to finish with all the prep work and everything, okay? So we're 12 minutes in. All right, let's just get started. Get the glasses on. Always got to make sure you're wearing your didymiums. Always, always, always. All right. And then we got the two pieces of clear glass here that we can use. So we can get these all cleaned up with the Norwex OptiCloth here. Get rid of all of the oils, the dirt, dust, debris from the glass. And we'll get this one all cleaned up as well. And then also, we do need to make a green one, right? Because they have green mushrooms. And now I gotta decide, do I want to use that green or do I want to use this green? I think it would be more the lighter green. May want to use this one then. Okay. That'll be the next attempt, I guess. Should we do a green one for the third? It'll be sold. I already have someone who wants to get the green one. I may have to keep all the first colors though. All right, well, let's get started here. And we're also going to try to use the caramel on this one. Let's see how this looks here. So we're just going to heat this up and we're going to give this a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to pull this out some. And so when we make it smaller, compared to this size here, when I drew the eyes on here, I had a lot more surface area. With the smaller one, it's a lot harder to get the little tiny eyes on there. All right, and I do believe this is the black. Which isn't stretched out at all. All right. And we do have the timer going. Because whenever we got started, that was when it began. Gonna round this up some. It's a little flattened from the tool, so we're just gonna round it up. And then we just add. Oh my gosh, you guys gotta check out Dan Hoffman. This guy, he uses like one little tiny port. This is a 12 hole port torch tip, right? He uses like one little tiny baby port, and he's able to make the most tiniest piece of glass. I don't even know how he does it. Okay. And you get those eyes in there. I'm trying to elongate them a little bit, so I'm trying to use the paddle to wipe them down some. And then we'll get that white. Oh, I guess with this, we'll really be able to see it. Uh-oh. Except with that color, now I don't know where the eyes are. Oh, that's weird. When you draw it on white, you can see where the color is. Oh my gosh. As soon as I heat it, it just goes away and I can't tell where we are. Really? Oh my gosh. I cannot see what I'm doing. I might have to pull out my specs. My eyes are getting bad, guys. Okay. Pull that down some. I'm gonna bust the specs out. I got to. Alright, do these fit? Ow, these don't fit. How come those other ones fit, but these ones don't? What the fuck? Okay. Oh no, that's definitely too big. Okay, I finally got them. Woo! Little tiny baby dots. I don't know if you can see that. Alright. Oh shit. Having issues. I just busted out my lenses. I got broken lenses, guys. Look at that. My glasses have been broken for a really long time. Somehow I use them like this. I have to pop them in just right. Dang it. I'm timing this and everything too. Alright. Hopefully they don't come out now. Oops. Oh my gosh. Are they gonna just fall out now every time? Did I mess them up for good? I'm gonna have to blow glass like One Eye Willie over here or some shit. Okay, maybe they just gotta go in a specific way. They fell out the other way. I turned them around and they're tighter this way. Oh my gosh. These are like $600 glasses though. I can't just simply replace them. If anyone wants to get me a new pair, Christmas is coming. Alright, so we got our little guy here. He's on there. And now, we got to get him into the clear glass. And then we'll build a mushroom stem or a cap on top of that. And I think we're going to try to do the green. I don't know. Unless we do one red and then do a green. I kind of want to attempt the red again because I feel like I haven't fully pulled it off yet. Not to my liking. Alright, and I don't know where we're at now. 10 minutes in. While breaking the glasses. Alright, so then we get this in here. Alright, so now I've got it in there. The eyes are in there. I got to make sure I get those eyes in there deep enough so they don't they're not showing at the bottom and it'll mess them up. It'll distort them. So I got to make sure I get those in just right. And then we want to be able to grab this. like right from the center, and then we want to control it. And get this to like pull upward. All right, so now we got that at a little bit of a point. We're gonna add that black, that detail. Once again. And let me actually I'll pull this. I'll flatten it just a little bit. That way I can bring this black to go around it. I just want to have this black extend out a little bit further. We'll push it on like that. And we'll flatten that out some. Not too much though, but we want it to just come out a little bit to the edge there. And that's to just get like the underneath of the mushroom. I'm just using the black, the same that I use for the eyes. And that'll just give like shadowing underneath there. All right, let's just go red again. Just gonna do red again. We're gonna pull this one off. All right, so now I just have to make sure that this red is a little bit bigger than that black that we laid down right there. Just get that on there. I just hope that I got those eyes in there good and I didn't need to distort them or stretch them out too much. That's the hard part, is when you push those eyes in, sometimes the molten glass, from pushing it in, it'll distort them. It'll pull them and shape them weird. They'll be like completely even before you push them in, and then you push it in and one will be a little bit distorted and all droopy eye, like if he's got a stroke or something. I think they're both there. I can't tell. Like I said, I need glasses. My eyes are bad. Alright, so we'll bring this down to get that all nice and rounded here. We'll make sure that that mushroom gets pushed down onto that black. I think I got both those eyes in there. I think I can see them. Alright, so now we're just trying to round this up. We don't want it to be all elongated like that last one, or the second one, which I guess would be the last one. So I'll just round it up and then shape it. Now we can add the white dots. So there's the eyes in there, and then the dots. We got to add to it now. We just got to find out where the eyes are. Because one of the dots is in the front. So you got to match it up with the eyes. And then you go opposite in the back, and then go on the sides, opposite side, and then on top. And you want to keep these all about that same size. Sink them in. Bam. I might have pulled it off, guys. Either way, I mean, they're all looking really nice, and I've definitely pulled it off. I'm just trying to perfect it a little bit better, a little bit more. So now just try to get it to flow with the clear glass underneath it. And then that way when I encapsulate it, there's no sort of rim or ridge or anything in between there, so I don't capture any air. That's the trick on doing this, being able to keeping it all flowing, so when you add that clear glass right over it, and you don't trap any air bubble there. Alright, so now we do that. That's the trick here. Did I get that too hot to spin? I put the paddle on there. As long as those eyes come out. Getting that little white dot on there was hard. Well, each dot. Those dots are hard to get on the eyes. On the little tiny black dot, and have a little white dot on top of the little tiny black dot. That's hard. But that's what it's looking like so far. He's coming out. I don't know if I got that white dot in the center though. Interesting. Now the white dot's all crooked. Híjola. Oh, these are going to be hard to perfect. Alright, now we're just going to cover this up here. And you just got to push it in, cover it up. And just make sure that it goes all the way over to the edge. I normally use the pad and the paddle on top of each other, but this works. Go right to the pad here. Make sure that it gets pushed all the way around, so that I can see the cap right above where all that clear glass is. If the cap is underneath where that clear glass, it's going to come out underneath that rim, the ridge there, and that's what messes things up. Alright, so now we're just going to cut this off. This is going to be a really awesome size. The size of this, it's almost the same 16 millimeter still. It's probably like 18 millimeter, and it's gonna thin out a little bit. This is gonna be a really good size here, guys. Just got to make sure I don't stretch out the stem here and mess up the eyes. So when you pull it, you want to make sure you keep a lot of clear glass there and not extend the mushroom stem. You just got to be real careful on your flame cut there. That's so crazy. It's like I'm showing you guys how it's done as I'm barely even figuring it out. And then we'll see, how does the caramel work? Is that a better choice, a better option than using the white for the stem, or should I be using white? I'm thinking it should just be all white now, because the caramel, it could change with a lot of different color differentiation and differentiation. The color will change. And so I don't know if that's the best choice now. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. So now I'm just melting it down. We're going to get that clear glass to melt. The one that I pushed over the stem to melt over where or the one that went over the cap to melt in where the stem is. Oh, I see a little air bubble on the outside, so I'll have to clean that up too. We'll wipe that up. I'll get this all to flow down. It looks like the mushroom cap, there's no issues with it trying to sneak out the edge. Looks like I got it fully encapsulated there. That's the trick, is being able to get that clear glass over the entire cap, and then to connect with the clear glass that's underneath. And that's why it's extremely important to get that part to flow before you add the clear glass and trying to encapsulate it. Oh yeah, this is the size that I'm going for right here. This is the perfect size. I still think that the white dot is a little bit crooked on one side. We'll see if these eyes are still working well. Oh yeah, that looks good. The only thing that I don't like about using that caramel is that I cannot see where the eyes are in relation to that. I can't tell where it's at all. So I'm gonna have to let it cool down entirely when I pull the loop, or somehow be able to get this bottom half to cool down so that I can see what I'm doing, which I guess will happen naturally because I'll be up here, up above the stem. I can see the eyes there, so I should be able to see where the front is compared to the back. All right. Well, I think I got me a whole entire new production line here, guys. Oh, starting to get hot right there. Okay, there it is. Eyes are here this way. We'll bring them that way, then bring it back. And I'm gonna keep the loops nice and thick, nice and sturdy on these. And then we just gotta make sure that it's looking forward. When it hangs, it's hanging properly. Alright, I think we got a finished one. I don't know what kind of time that was. It started at 13. It's now 40, almost 43. So 30 minutes on these as of right now. I came out cute. And I think I got the whites in the eyes too. I'm pretty sure I got the whites in the eyes there. Alright, let's drop this in the kiln. Just clean up the punchy mark here. Ooh, I should move this plastic baggie in case I don't want to have any accidents. This plastic baggie has a bunch of the tiniest little candy canes. They're so small. Alright. There you go. That's the third one. 3 times the charm. I do like the way that one came out. The dots might be a little bit off, a little bit crooked. Possibly. Or, well, not possibly. The dot's a little bit off in the front. Let's make a green one. Let's make this one line up just right. I'm like, should we do it again? Let's do it. We got the color out already. Alright, so we'll round this up. Alright, now we'll try to get that white again in there. It's hard to get just a little dot of white on top of those eyes. And I'm not going to do it with those glasses on because I almost broke these here. Did I get it on there? I can't tell. I'm like, I think I got the white on there. Can you see it? Whatever. I think I got it on. I don't want to add double dots. Alright, whatever. I just feel like I'm wasting time trying to get those little whites in there. They're hard. I think I got it, but I'm not 100%. Alright, then we just get this mulching again. And good evening or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. I appreciate you coming in, checking out this this reveal and a demo here. And we're now going to work on a green, the very first green Super Mario mushroom. The first green one encased in a marble here, or in a pendant. Alright, hopefully we got the eyes deep in there and they didn't get stretched, because I cannot tell where the eyes are once this thing heats up. It's really interesting how it mixes in, and I do think that I probably would prefer to just use the white, so then that black shows up on that white. Just makes it, just feels better that way. You can see it better. Alright. Add that detail of black in between the stem and the cap here. It's not necessary, but I feel like it adds that little bit extra detail to it. Alright, then we're going to go with that lighter green, right? Alright, and we got to get rid of this stringer here. We'll just save this off to the side somewhere. And we just bring this green all the way around that black to the edge of it. It's like almost as big as it, but then just slightly bigger. And then we'll just push the mushroom cap down and over the edge of that black. Alright, then we got to find the face again. Those eyes. We got to make sure we put these directly on the front now. Yeah, I think that's in the front there. And a dot on top. Alright, I don't remember when we started this one. It was like what? At 40 after? Like close to 43. And we're at like 53, so like we're 10 minutes in, I guess. On this one here. Alright, the first green one, guys. And like I said, this one's already sold. This one's claimed. I got a few other items that I got to make as well. And I can probably bring them by on Friday. Unless I make them tonight and then bring them by tomorrow. Alright, now I gotta let this cool down enough to where I can see the eyes. Well, I guess right here it doesn't matter. I just gotta make sure I get this molten enough to get it around the cap. I got that all nice and smooth there. So I can push this over the cap and then it should touch that clear glass. There'll be no rim, no air bubble in between that clear and that mushroom cap there. Just gotta force this on there and cover up the whole thing. I'm thinking the stems are coming out a little bit too elongated, and I need to make them maybe a little bit fatter if the caps are going to be this big. They're like little stubby heads. So I got to do that. I got to make sure. Nice. Alright, I got that clear glass over it. You see that? That's the hard thing there. If you can make that happen every time, then you're golden, you know? You get to go right there. And if you don't have a face to worry about, no eyes, you can just make these all day without the eyes and just call them Mario mushrooms with the 4 dots around and the one on top. Alright, what's interesting is that this one, it's so hot right now, the green looks red. So when I show it to you, it's going to look like it's a red one, but this is actually green. Right? We did use green on this one. I did pick up that green. You know, I just realized it's 11 o'clock right now. I don't know if my son's gone to sleep yet or not, because he didn't tell me good night yet. Normally he comes in, he'll say good night. Oh man, these are fun. These are so cool to be able to make. It looks like it's red, right? Like you can see that. That looks super red. I swear we used the green though. Right? That is green. I'm pretty sure I used the green. I mean, that's the color that's up right here, right? It just looks red. It looks super red. That looks beautiful. But it's not red. I can almost promise you that. Because I'm confused. I'm like, wow, that looks red to me. I think it's the green. I keep doubting myself. I think it's the green. Alright, well, I'm going to let y'all go after this one. I might keep on working throughout the night and just make some glass. I got some candy glass to make. Some cool little dabbing tools. And, yeah. And then these. And it's going to make a bunch of really awesome Super Mario mushrooms. I've been calling them the Alice in Wonderland mushrooms. But these are different. So when I put the random dots all over the place, we'll call those ones the Alice in Wonderland or the caterpillar mushrooms. And then these ones with the 5 dots, the 4 around and the 1 on top, are definitely definitely the Super Mario ones. This one came out a little bit bigger, a little bit wider than that last one, but that's okay. I wonder how much of the black we got underneath these. Yeah, this looks nice and clean. This looks good. The dots look good. I have no idea where the eyes are, so I don't know if they're straight or not at this moment. We want to elongate this some, but we don't want to stretch it out too much. So we may keep it nice and round, actually. Yeah, we're going to get rid of, I see a little bit of some, what I call some schmeckle. It's just like a little, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little dot on there that's like, when it heats up, it's super bright. It's like some kind of dirt, dust, or debris on the outside of the glass. So if I could just get it wiped off, there's another little tiny one right there. And I'll just make sure that the surface is super clean and clear all the way through. So it's almost Thanksgiving, guys. Gonna have to start cooking the bird in a few days here. I think that we're actually gonna do, either we're cooking it tomorrow a day early, or we're going a day later. And I'm not sure what I really want to do. Is anyone gonna cook theirs a day early? Are you gonna cook it a day late? We're going to my family's house for Thanksgiving, so there's going to be plenty of food to eat there. So I'm just thinking, well, yeah, we could probably just do it the day after, and we can feast again. Oh, yeah. So this one's sold already, guys. And I don't know what I'm asking on these. I mean, I might be wholesaling these at like 20 and asking, double, triple that. Oh yeah, this is nice. I just gotta find the face. There's the eyes. There they are. Man, they just barely, slowly revealing themselves. Man, it takes a minute with the caramel or the caramel to be able to see the eyes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you the green color on this. I don't know if it'll cool down enough. 'Cause right now it just looks super hot and red. But the eyes look awesome. I don't know if I got the whites in it still. I can't see. I keep saying that. I can't see so well. I've been losing my vision for about 10 years now. I noticed, yeah, about 2015, 2016 is when I first noticed I was seeing like double vision. And I don't know. I haven't ever gone to any eye doctor, optometrist, or anything like that. I haven't worn glasses. I just deal with it. I just figure, this is a natural way of how my body's going. It's just do it naturally, whatever. All right, there we go. That loop looks nice and beautiful. And there's the eyes right there. It looks sick. I think I finally pulled it off on this fourth one. And it should be green. It really should be green. I don't know if he's going to change. Oh, there he goes. He's changing on us right there. Going from that red into the green. It still looks hot in the camera though. But it's slowly changing. I don't know if we can get it. Oh my gosh, the camera's just seeing red. It looks green to me. It's green. I'm seeing the green. All right, we gotta keep, I don't want to crack this thing, so let's finish this up. I'm just clean up the punchy mark here. Maybe by the time I clean up the punchy on the bottom, the top will be all green. But it's probably going to heat up the whole thing again. It's just going to look red. So you'll have to wait until tomorrow's reveal to see this beautiful one. And this one goes, or am I keeping this one? This is the first green one. Like I said, I may have to keep the first ones of all of them. And then I can hang them as a display so people can see that, these are available for sale. Like, I don't know, $50 retail, 20 wholesale. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to let y'all go. I may make some more here. But thank you for watching. You guys have a good night, good day, good morning, good evening. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for checking out the reveal of the very first two Super Mario mushrooms. And then you just watched the very first of the green ones made as well. Alright, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of glass. Alright, love and blessings. I'm out.